Hey everyone, I'm so glad you're here with us today for another episode of the Daily Drive. This week, I want to look at a series of verses at the end of Mark chapter 6. I love these verses because they teach me that Jesus always knows exactly what I need. In fact, I want you to consider something. I believe Jesus knows what you need better than you know what you need. And that has implications for why we need to spend so much time with Jesus. Let's look at this story beginning in Mark chapter 6, verse 30, and you'll see what I mean. The Bible says the apostles were gathered around Jesus and reported to him all that they had done and taught. And so here's the scene. Jesus sent his followers out to do all kinds of great work. And now they're reporting to Jesus all that they had done and taught. And when they report it to him, they are jacked up. They're excited about how God is using them to make a difference in the world. They're excited about what they've done and the opportunities they've had to teach. And a lot of people in this moment would get so caught up in that excitement. They'd get so caught up in the fact that people need them and want to be with them that they could easily become consumed with that work and self-destruct and burn out. But remember, Jesus knows what they need even more than they know what we need. So the very next verse says, "Then, because so many people were coming and going that they did not even have a chance to eat, he said to them, 'Come with me by yourselves to a quiet place and get some rest.'" What Jesus is doing is counterintuitive, at least for me. This seems like the right opportunity for Jesus and his team to generate a little momentum. This seems like the right time for Jesus and his team to get back out there and strike while the iron is hot for their ministry. But Jesus wasn't interested in the kind of impact these guys could have for the next few days. He wanted these men to be leaders who would have an impact over the next few years. And that would require that these men needed to take care of themselves. It meant they should work, but it meant they should also rest. And so the next verse says they went away by themselves in a boat to a solitary place. Jesus knows what you need even more than you know what you need. Most of us live in the tyranny of the urgent, but Jesus always calls us back to what's truly important. And this is why it's so important we have regular rhythms with Jesus in our lives. But this story isn't just about the fact Jesus knows more about what we need than we know what we need. For some of you, this story carries greater significance because what you need is rest. You've been running at a pace you know is not sustainable, and you know that you need to slow down. For some of you, you need a day every single week that's not designed for work, but designed for rest. For others of you, you need a quiet place where you can get away, the kind of place Jesus took his disciples. For others of you, you just need a complete overhaul. You need to reschedule your whole life around what's truly important instead of what you always feel is urgent. And so as we wrap it up today, I want to encourage you to spend some time with Jesus. Ask him what you really need. Do you need a new rhythm? Do you need a quiet place? Do you need a complete overhaul in your life so it's centered around what's important rather than what's urgent? Ask him to help you so that you can benefit from his leadership in your life.